this has got to be, you're right in the middle of a very tumultuous period in politics with the election going on and the whole thing. And this is sort of a little bit of an oasis to have the Royals coming in here tomorrow.
It is. Look, it's for the country. It's been a tough couple of weeks, and this is a nice little reprieve. There's a great story about Kansas City and about the Royals and about the franchise, and just the joy that this team plays with. And to bring that to the White House for a day is a breath of fresh air. And I've even had a chance to talk to the president about it a little bit, and he's looking forward to the Royals visit as well.
What did he say about the team and the way they are and the way they work together?
Well, listen, he's a diehard White Sox fan, so don't get me wrong. So he's not going to change his allegiance anytime soon. But he did follow the Royals run to the World Series last year, and he enjoyed watching a scrappy team that's filled with a bunch of homegrown players. It's a great story, and he's mostly a basketball fan, but he'll turn on baseball during the playoffs. And I talked to him a couple of times during the run, and after some late night games, and he enjoyed watching the run. They were obviously an exciting team to watch last year, and that was true of even casual baseball fans.
Yeah, right. And it's a situation also, you see a team like that pulling together, all different ethnicities, just going, and they all have one goal.
That's right. I mean, this is a team that plays together, and through thick and thin, they stick together. And the other thing that's interesting about this team is that there obviously are some very high performers, but there's no superstar that outshines all the others.
Right.
So it really places a premium on their ability to work together to accomplish a goal, and that makes them easy to root for.
You get to have a little bragging rights, throw some salt in the wounds of the New York people and the Texas people a little bit?
You better believe it. I would not miss an opportunity to do that. There are all kinds of Mets fans all over this town. But look, I think, again, like I said, even casual baseball fans, I think, can really appreciate what the Royals have done. And, I think the other thing that I appreciate about the Royals, and I think a lot of other people, at least in this White House in particular, appreciate about the Royals, is that they spent such a long time rebuilding. And there were so many twists and turns where people started to really doubt the process.
Yes.
But the people who were involved in building and invested in really building the franchise stuck to their guns. And they maintained a lot of conviction and faith and confidence in themselves and in their plan, even in the face of a lot of public doubts. And that confidence really paid off.
All right, let's talk about your memories. What do you remember most about the 2016 World Series?
Well, listen, it's hard to forget the dash home in Game 5 by Eric Hosmer. I actually also snuck back home to Kansas City for 24 hours to go to Game 1 of the World Series. The best live sporting experience of my entire life, that game. Alex Gordon hitting that game-tying home run in the bottom of the ninth, and then going to 14 innings to finally claim that victory. That was, and there was sort of the drama of Game 1 of the World Series. Remember, there was the forecast of rain, so everybody's worried about whether or not the game was going to get rained out, and it was just thrilling from beginning to end, and that's an experience I'll never forget. And you're a Kansas City guy. What's your earliest memory of the Royals? Well, I don't know if I have a specific memory. Did you have a guy you liked? Yeah, well, I had a lot of guys that I liked. I mean, when I was growing up, everybody wanted to be number 5 because because George Brett. Obviously, Frank White was a star that everybody looked up to. Willie Wilson was somebody who had a certain flair in his game, and I have lots of memories of being really little, going to the ball game with my dad when then Royal Stadium had the AstroTurf in the field, and the Royals had the pullover jerseys. They didn't have the buttons up the front, and they were a really entertaining team. You know who else had a little flair is UL Washington and his toothpick. Was somebody that even at a young age you could tell that guy was wired a little bit differently than most people.